myself a girl and I wanna make
Jesse's girl? Sounds like Brooke Springfield was a pretty shitty friend. You know what I mean? Like, who would write a song about somebody's girl? And you could tell that it's a new relationship too, because if he had written about Jesse's wife, you already know the answer. He would have said, you can have her if you pay her credit card bill. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. Good to be here. Good to be here. How many of you are out with your friends tonight? Listen, you guys know this. Every group of friends has a friend that comes with a warning sign. You know, the kind that you have to like tell people ahead of time, like, you know, if you meet her, you gotta this and this. So in my group of friends, it's definitely me. And if you're not sure who it is in your group of friends, it's probably you. Like, you see some people pointing fingers, yeah, you know who it is. Do we have anybody in here dating? Anybody on dates? Yeah? Has anybody ever been ghosted? See, to me, I don't understand ghosting. I don't understand why anyone would give up the satisfaction to tell somebody what they really think of them. If it was up to me, I would treat it like a business deal on Shark Tank. I would say something like, you have a really hot body and a face that I can tolerate. But you were mean to the Uber driver and the waiter, so for that reason I'm out. Give it up for your wait staff here, your bartenders. Everybody have drinks? Everybody feeling good? Awesome. Does everybody know the rule when to stop drinking vodka? When the D disappears. When you're ordering vodka, you're done for the night. I told that joke to a group of gay guys, and they said, now, when we drink vodka, we get a lot of D. I wish I hadn't gone there. I did my first comedy festival recently, and the way they get comedians to go to these things is they tell you that there's going to be industry people there that can book you. You know, so I went to Minnesota, and there was a guy there from New York. You know, looks like Joe Pesci accent, the whole thing. He's like, hey, how you doing? If you sign with me, I get 25% of everything you do. And so I was like, that's great. But right now I'm at a stage of my comedy career where I'm still getting paid with the free drinks. So I don't think we need to do a contract if you would like a sip of my Blue Moon. I have, actually one more thing. There was a recruiter there for Carnival Cruise Lines. Anybody ever been on a Carnival cruise ship?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, it's like a floating Section 8 complex. You know? And I don't know, I don't think I'm going to be allowed on cruises anymore because I went on a cruise last year and I made a joke that they didn't like. You know, we were just trying to go upstairs. The elevators were so crowded. People were fighting over the elevators. I mean, God forbid anybody takes the stairs and actually loses a pound. These older ladies had canes. They were swiping people off their feet like it was a John Wick movie. And I tried to get good behavior, but the comedian in me came out and I said, hey, it's an elevator, not a lifeboat. I guess they didn't like that one. I have kids. I have a boy and a girl. So my son, he's a great kid. He's 10 years old. He helps me fix things around the house. He helps me work on the car. He's so handy and so bossy that he can run his own factory in China. I have a daughter, my little girl, she's great. But you know what, she would cry when I would do her hair. And she would tell me that I don't do it as good as mommy does it. And that's okay, because my wife is a hairstylist. So my competition is literally a licensed professional. My wife runs a hair salon, and she lets me take the upset customer calls because I need the material. We had a lady call in. Actually, first she sent photos of what she wanted to look like and what she actually looked like, and I was like, wow, they're beauticians, not magicians. My nickname for the salon is the Piranha Tank, because everything that I throw in there gets eaten. So if I stop by with some cookies, eaten. If I drop by with some lunch, eaten. A girl with a weak personality, also eaten. Yeah, we'll do marriage next. Why don't we do marriage? I'm married, so we'll talk about it. A lot of my younger friends have been getting married lately. My older friends know better. There's only 2 men that are allowed to cry at the wedding. You know, one is the father of the bride, for obvious reasons. He's given away his beautiful daughter. And 2 is the groom. And the groom cries for different reasons than what people think. People think the groom cries because he sees this beautiful angel walking down the aisle. No, the groom cries because he bet half of his stuff on this relationship working out. Might as well put it on red in Vegas. Might be more fun and cheaper too. The best wedding advice that I've ever gotten was from a guy that was married and divorced twice. So he should have followed his own advice. But he said to me, you can be right or you can be happy, not both. So I take that to heart. And there's certain things that I don't argue with my wife about. So for example, her wallet costs more than the money that she has in it. Her purse has the same name as an Italian gangster, Louis. Louis shook us down. We had nothing left. But I did learn a few tricks while being married. I learned how to check out other girls and get away with it. And I'm going to teach that to you guys tonight. So when you see a good-looking girl, you go ahead and stare at her. Go ahead and stare at her confidently. Eventually, your wife or girlfriend is going to catch you looking. So that's when you confidently start talking shit about the girl that you're looking at. Like, who did her hair? A 5-year-old? Where'd you get those shoes? Payless shoes? And there's nothing more than women love than talking shit about other women. So eventually your wife is going to join in. She's going to say something like, ew, why does she dress like she's from Forever 21? She looks like she's Forever 42. By the time she catches on, and that's a big if she catches on, you've seen enough. So I'm getting older. I've been working out. I work out 5 days a week just to look this mediocre. My wife is worried though. My wife is worried. She thinks that I'm going to get picked up at the gym. And, I have the same reaction. I'm just stunned silence. I told her, you know what? The 20-year-old TikTok fitness queens, they don't even notice me. And I'm not rich enough to be anybody's sugar daddy. In fact, the only compliment that I've gotten recently was from a 50-year-old gay guy. Not exactly my cup of tea, but it's nice to know that I still have options. A lot of my friends have been getting new jobs recently, and I'm really pretending to be happy for them. I've recently discovered that talking salaries is on the same level as seeing each other naked. You'll never look at each other the same way again, and one of you is going to be a little bit disappointed. I've been interviewing, and I learned that I wouldn't hire myself either. They always ask you these really tough questions during interviews. One of the questions was, what is your biggest weakness? You can't tell them the truth. You can't say I like to show up lately leave early. You have to fluff it up and say that you're just too efficient at your job. The other tough question they asked me, they said, if you were a brand, what kind of a brand would you be? And I was like, well, that's easy. A Harley Davidson. And the lady went like, oh, she was impressed because she was thinking tough and manly. And I was like, nah, I'm resistant to change. And I offer mediocre performance for a premium price. I love Harleys. I know, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, the Harley state. It's a great brand. But the joke works. So. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have layoffs, and I'm not too worried about it, because if I get laid off, I get a severance package. If you don't know what a severance package is, it's when they pay you not to work there. Some of you could use a severance package to get out of your parents' house in the form of first month rent and security deposits. I don't know about you though, I would take the free money. I haven't been this excited to hear the words, I have a package for you outside of a porno. I did read, a job description recently. You ever read a job description where you don't know what the job is? This was seriously on a job description. It said they wanted tactical strategic target execution. Who are they looking for? Navy SEALs? So it turns out that it was a pharmaceutical sales job. So don't worry, you will get to kill a few people. I went to dinner with my father-in-law, and we saw this guy or girl. It was one of those situations where you get to decide who they want to be. And my father-in-law, he's a very traditional guy, so he's very disturbed by this. And he turns to me and he asks, he's like, "Ew, I wonder where they hide their thing." And I had to explain it to him in a way that only an old Republican could understand. I said, conceal and carry. Wearing my Road America shirt, love Road America. That track is amazing. Anybody race cars in here or anything like that? Or anybody been to Road America?
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, that track will humble any driver real quick. But also there's some car shows going on. Anybody here go to car shows? Yeah? Okay. You know the people that drive around with the hood off their cars to show off their engine? Anybody in here do that? Just me? Okay. I'm gonna make fun of it. Okay. So driving around with your hood off is a lot like walking around with your shirt off. Even when it looks nice, it's still a little white trash. What kind of car do you have, sir?
66 Corvette. Been through the race car.
Okay, that's acceptable. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm a huge car guy, but now is not the time to buy a car. But if you miss the wheeling and dealing and the clothes and the hosing environment of the car dealership, there's another place for you. Anybody been to a mattress store? Did you guys know this? Did you know that you can finance a mattress? How do you sleep at night knowing that your bed's not paid off? The first thing that you see when you walk into a mattress store is that the sales guy is in a suit. Why does a mattress salesman wear a suit? Shouldn't he be wearing pajamas? I mean, a dude in a suit standing over me while I try out a bed. This brings back bad memories of the time I tried out this girl's bed. And her dad stood over me. I just don't know why they feel the need to dress like lawyers. Looks like you're putting in long hours at the firm. No, dude, you work at the mattress firm. It's not the same thing. But you know, the funny thing is that the guy in a suit doesn't make any decisions regarding the price of the mattress. If you want to get to the real price of the mattress, he's going to call the regional mattress manager. I can just see this big shot sitting in his little townhouse with a Bluetooth cockroach in his ear. Go for a check. Take $300 off if he buys today. So then the sales guy tries to close me. He's like, what do I have to do to get you this bed today? Where, man, we just met. You can start by taking off that suit. He was trying to close me hard and I just wanted to sleep on it. I've discovered the secret to shopping at Victoria's Secret. Anybody here go to Victoria's Secret recently? No? Yeah, most of the guys won't admit to it. I'll give you a trick on how to do it. So, I wear a suit because my goal is just try not to look creepy. You know, if you've ever been to Victoria's Secret, you know that to find anything, you have to dig through the underwear drawers. And, you know, when I wear a suit, at least it looks like I have money. And what I found out is that creepy with money is so much more acceptable than creepy with no money. And I know this because as soon as I walk in, all the sales girls rush up to me. They're like, hey, what can we help you find? What can we help you find? And also, you know, I'm looking for something for my wife. And they're like, okay, great. What size is your wife? I'm like, you know, she's like a medium-sized girl. And they're like, no, that's not it. There's a number and a letter. Well, shit, I didn't know there was going to be a pop quiz. I'm going to go with a B34. I'm playing Battleship. But the tough questions happen when you get to the register. The first thing they ask you, I get to the register and she's like, do you want to open a Victoria's Secret credit card? And I'm like, well, okay, what do I get with this credit card? And she's like, well, you get $15 off today. Okay, great. I can ruin my credit for the price of a sandwich. What else? And she's like, well, you get something special for your birthday. And I was like, I don't think you thought this one through. I'm not going to be buying anything special here for my birthday. So then the next question is, how many gift receipts would you like? And I'm like, how many gift receipts would I like? Take a look at the stuff. It's all life-sized. How many gift receipts do you think I would like? So just to mess with it, if I'm buying 3 bras, I'll tell them, give me 4 gift receipts. And I'm like, why 4? I'm like, well, in case it doesn't work out with the first same-size mistress. I went to Nashville with my wife recently, and we went last year actually for our anniversary trip. And I just don't understand why the couples in Nashville don't make sense. Every girl looks like Carrie Underwood, and every dude looks like Larry the Cable Guy. And my wife wanted me to get into the theme and the swing of things. She wanted me to put on a cowboy hat and cowboy boots, and it's just not me because I put it on and I came out of the dressing room and I looked like Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky in the witness protection program. I just didn't fit in. It's like, oh, I love country music. We break down twice a week. Better than a lot. My wife and I just hit 13 years of marriage. Thank you. But anybody that's been in a long-term relationship or you've been married for a while, women like to do this. Women just want to see if you're paying attention. You know, they like to roll out the spike strips just to see if you'll go over them. My wife did this to me the other night, and this is a true story. I wish it was a joke. She says to me out of nowhere, we're just driving home from dinner, and she says, who would you be with if we weren't together? Ladies, you're welcome. You could try that later tonight. Guys, if you don't know what just happened here, or you have a room temperature IQ, let me explain it to you. It's a trick question. You cannot answer that question. Because whatever name you blurt out in the moment of passion, canon will be used against you for the rest of your life. So if you say something stupid like, I've always thought Sarah's been kind of cute, every argument will end with, why don't you go be with Sarah? You should have married Sarah then. You could be like 80, 90 years old. Have you seen my bills? Maybe Sarah has your bills. Some of you heard about that. I told this joke to my wife earlier, and she says to me, who the hell is Sarah? That's it for me, you guys have been great.
Is it doing music? Music? Do they know it's doing music?
What? It's an intermission.